Welcome to episode 4 of Green and Gold. Now it's week 3 for the Green and Gold here, and they are taking on the Saints in the Packers home opener at Lambeau Field on Sunday. Of course, I'm Anthony from Swordsy Stories, and I am joined to my left by American Football Network. How you doing, Lincoln?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. So, just very quickly, tell everyone what they can find on your channel.
Yeah, so on American Football Network, we cover a lot of stuff football. We're still kind of getting into the season, working our way in. As of right now, we have college football stuff going on. We're streaming. Matter of fact, we're streaming a lot of games this weekend, and then we got some NFL predictions going to start next week. We got some college football spread picks over there, and it's about that time where we start doing our mock drafts as well. So, yeah, it's getting right into the swing of things for us. It's a good time for my channel.
Yeah, plenty going on in this late September as we're filming this on the Friday before the game, Friday evening. And then obviously October, we'll have baseball. So stay tuned for that. Sort Swap, plenty of baseball content to come for Red October for the Phillies, Brewtober for the Brewers. So yeah, let's talk about last week. I guess we can start with the Falcons beating the Packers 25-24, Love 14 for 25, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 15 carries, 55 yards. The leading receiver, Dontavian Wicks, with 2 receptions, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick from Rasul Douglas. They didn't play that great. They should have won the game, made some mistakes that really cost them. What do you think about last week?
Yeah, I didn't like the way we played a whole lot. I think that there was some play calling that could have been better, but really there just wasn't a great execution. Um, Love still continues to find the end zone through the air, passing the football, but his efficiency and his numbers still aren't great. He still isn't completing passes at a high percentage, which I think needs to go up for us to have a shot at winning football games against some tougher teams. I think he does have to complete more passes. Now, it's nice to see him with 6 touchdowns through 2 weeks so far, but that completion percentage kind of worries me a little bit because he's not connecting at a high rate of his passes right now.
Yeah. And the offense really did not perform that great. And we can talk about last week, Bakhtiari, Jones, Watson out. But this week, well, the Packers could have some other guys out. Obviously, you have Elgton Jenkins out for multiple weeks, but questionable for this Sunday's game. Bakhtiari, Jones, Watson, Jair Alexander, and Lucas Van Ness. You got to hope they'll all play in this home opener against a possible division-winning team in the Saints. Just kind of thoughts on those guys who might be out for Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure. You need Jair Alexander to play this football game.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna need at least two of these 4 between Van Ness, Bakhtiari, Aaron Jones, and Christian Watson to play. I think Jones is less of a need to come back and play because A.J. Dillon's solid, but we still saw Aaron Jones is definitely the better running back and gives you more options, more of a weapon, especially out in space from out of the backfield. Watson is obviously our best receiver. He's yet to play a game yet for us. Bakhtiari, best offensive lineman at left, and not only that, but the left tackle for us. And Van Ness has been very good. In the few snaps he's gotten early on in his rookie season, he's been a problem. So you want him not only for development reasons, but he's kind of made some moves and been kind of a power player for us early on in the season.
Yeah. And then I guess we can talk while we're on the topic of injuries. The Saints, they have some big guys out. Alvin Kamara, obviously their starting running back, the star for them, and Marcus May, the former Jet safety, phenomenal safety, both suspended and former Packer. We remember him on the Lions last year beating the Packers in that final game of the season. Jamal Williams, he's out as well. Taysom Hill's questionable. And in the million roles he plays as tight end, quarterback, receiver, whatever he's doing. So, what do you think about how these Saints injuries could affect the game?
I think that with Kamara being out, I don't think that's a big deal because he hasn't played all season, So obviously losing him is a big key for your entire season overall. But as far as how they're going to play, he hasn't played all season. They've shown that they can still be a decent offense without him. I don't think that they're as banged up and as critical positions and guys out like the Packers do. I think the Packers are definitely going to hurt from some of these guys out because I would assume they're probably all not going to be able to play. I doubt you get all 5 of them playing. So the Packers are going to hurt from some of them, but I think that the Saints offense is what's going to really determine how this game goes, as well as if Van Ness and Jair Alexander play when we're talking about injuries. I think those are the two big guys you need because our offense has looked solid. We put up 24 against Atlanta with no Aaron Jones, no Christian Watson, no Bakhtiari, no Jenkins. Obviously, Jenkins is for sure out, so possibility that Bakhtiari, Jones, and Watson play. But the offenses look good without those guys. A lot better than the Saints offenses look. So I think the most important people to get back for the Packers this week are definitely Jair Alexander and Lucas Van Ness, because you got to find a way to shut down the Saints offense and just limit them. And that's going to be what ultimately is the big difference in the football game.
Yeah. And then some very, very, very quick thoughts here. The Saints offense, Derek Carr, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, and their defense, Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, all really good players there, and Marshon Lattimore as well. Watch out for those guys and the Packers. We've talked about them week in and week out so far. You expect those same key players we talk about, and Jordan Love, obviously, Aaron Jones, all these guys on that are questionable that we've mentioned. Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, et cetera, Devondre Campbell as well. Score prediction.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was week 1. But I am going to take the Packers to win this game, and I'm going to go 27. I'm going to go 27-20 Packers over the Saints. I think that that we're able to limit them offensively. I don't think they have a very explosive offense. I don't think that they have a lot of big plays in their offense. They got to go on slow, methodical drives, which kind of fields right into what the Packers do best defensively. So, I think it's going to be a struggle offensively. I think it could be a struggle offensively for both teams. But at the end of the day, I trust the Packers offense versus the Saints defense more than I trust that Saints offense over the Packers defense. Now, turnovers could play a key factor in it, because obviously all that goes out the window if Love throws a pick 6 or, scoop and score or something like that. All that goes out the window. So,
yeah.
I think it's going to be a fun game, but I do think the Packers will pull it out a close one, about a touchdown win, 27-20.
Yeah, I've got the Saints 27-24. I think it'll be a really good game. But I don't know. I see the Saints as the better team here. That defense does look pretty good with Cam Jordan, especially Demario Davis as well. All those guys I mentioned. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints. I think Love has a decent day. Packers defense plays okay, but if these guys are injured, we're gonna lose. So yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Ding, ding, ding. Lincoln's social media and all that will be somewhere in the description or somewhere around the video. And we will see you all next time.